Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside.
Can't hear you.
Boys, David Rodriguez, Mark Ambu Miller, and of course, Rudy Lara. What's
David
going on,
Rodriguez,
fellas? Mark Ambu Miller,
Hey.
and of course,
Happy holidays.
yes, sir.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Well, this is episode number 155, our last show of the year, closing out with a bang. We have two badass fighters on our show tonight. First off, we have Bellator MMA fighter Josh Gentleman Hill. We'll be talking to him about what he did this past weekend at BTC Fights. We're going to talk about his website and everything else that he's going to be doing and the upcoming year. Also, our boy, friend of all of ours, and friend of Fightbook MMA, none other than the new champ,
New welterweight LFA champ.
Yes, Chris, the future Breezy Brown. Woo, say that 1,000 times together.
Chris Breezy, the future Brown.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to talk to Chris. Can't wait to talk to Josh. We will be having Josh jump on in about 10 minutes. He is ready and to talk to us. And yeah, it's going to be fun. But before we do that, got to give a quick shout out to HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com. Go to their social medias. Buy their merch. They support Fightbook MMA. They support a lot of the fighters as well. The up-and-comers, pro fighters, you name it, they support, they help, and sponsor. Go. Also to ESPN Plus, Fight TV, who's been giving us some love lately, man. So we need to talk to them and see if maybe we can jump back onto their platform and get our podcast streaming live on Fight TV. I'm sure they'll say yes. Also, to our partners in crime, all the promotions that we work really close with, XFN, One championship, Brave Combat. Who else? All the other ones. There's just so much. Go to fightbookmma.com, click the partners tab, and you will see who we work with really close. UMMAF as well. Give a good shout out to them. They support us as well. And if you want to buy a cap or some shirts or whatever, go to our merchandise page and you can support the website, support the podcast that way as well. All right, before we get started with Josh or do our quick recap of the event, because I know Josh is he's ready, so we'll do the announcements for the fights that are coming up. Not a lot happening this weekend, because of the holidays and New Year's coming up. But in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category, we will be live cage side covering XFN 384. So watch out for our results. It's going to be pretty badass. As always, we are pretty much the only media covering this promotion. This event in particular is not going to be streaming live on UFC Fight Pass. This is a Young Guns event. So pretty much these fighters are trying to move up to the XFN events that are streaming live on UFC Fight Pass and then fight in those tournaments. So good luck to everybody that's going to be fighting that night. Also, of course, in December 17th, UFC Fight Night 216, Cannonier versus Strickland. The next 3 fights are going to be live on Fight. Ignite 8-Town Throwdown 19 on the 18th. Prince Promotion Kumite, Nowhere to Run. And Fight Circus, our friends out there at Fight Circus, they're going to be having an event live on Fight Circus 5. In the boxing bare knuckle slap fighting category, in December 16th, live on Fight, Big Time Boxing, Kane Watts versus Daniel Russell. Also on that day, we have GFT Boxing Series. And in Quebec, Canada, Arslanbek Makhmudov versus Michael Wallish. Let's see here on the 17th, also live on Fight, we have Iconic Promotions Dubai. Chris Billum-Smith versus Armen Wahaj. I guess that's how you say their last name.
Wahaj?
Wahaj, I guess. Also live in Las Vegas on Showtime, Michael Rivera versus Frank Martin. Then live on Fight on the 18th, Battle of the Ages, Season 2.
Bro, what the fuck? What are you talking about? There's not a lot of action this weekend. You just spouted off a shit ton of action. And if you ain't watching every single second of every single round on every single night, I don't know, man. You're not a real fight fan.
You're not. And if you're not doing what on Fridays?
If you're not doing Dana White's Fuck It Friday challenge on Fridays, the second it comes out, and tweeting about it every second of every single round, you're not a real fight fan, folks.
Yeah,
Nope.
your tweets ain't popping up on the UFC shows live and eating the Fuck It Friday challenge. You're not a real fight fan too.
You're not. You are not. All right, fellas, let's do a quick grade up on the UFC 282 card that happened this past weekend. I'm sure we and all of us in the fighting community are pretty, how can you say, disappointed in this event.
Well, I think Dana White is most disappointed. I mean, what is that old saying? Controversy sells. And yeah, man, like you got Jan Blachowicz in there pretty much saying that, yeah, I lost the fight. And yeah, man, like you got Jan. Yeah, like how the hell was there not a champion crown? Like how was there not like a sixth round or something? You know what I mean? And then immediately Dana's like, fuck it, Jamal Hill, Glover Teixeira, let's do it.
I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know. The main event was good. I just feel that Ankalev did a little bit more to edge out that win. The judge scoring it 47-47 was like, really? Like, what the fuck? What were you watching?
Yeah.
Dude, this whole card, it started off amazing, bro, and throughout the entire card, it was amazing up until the last two fights. In my opinion, it just left a sour taste in my mouth, and it came down to just the scorecards, bro, and it fucked it up. I had it sitting at a 9 right when the co-main came on, and by the end of the event, I'm like, this is like a 6. Fuck this.
Yeah, man. I mean, how in the fuck did Pamela Pimblett get a unanimous decision? How?
Yeah, that's why this card will be always just engulfed in mist and controversy with judging and the whole fixed fight thing going on now. And you know what I mean? We all know Patty Pimblett didn't win that fight. Jared Gordon, not really like a real high profile. I mean, people like only really hardcores know Jared Gordon, but he was next in line for Patty Pimblett. He didn't pass that test with flying colors, and everybody's taking their shots at Pimblett now. So Justin to John Strickland, you name it. Michael Johnson called him out. I would love to see if I don't think he has a chance against Michael Johnson. You guys know how much I love that guy.
Yeah, I don't think he has a chance against Johnson either, bro. I mean, Pimblett.
Oh, no, man.
Pimblett, I mean, he kind of got exposed, man. That wasn't a good fight for him to take. He's got a lot of growing to do.
And credit to what did Chael Sonnen say? Always Uncle Chael's got a good take on just about everything. We know it was controversial. Chael Sonnen says over time, Patty Pimblett indeed will be a champion.
I think so.
Uncle Chael, I have to disagree, but hey, he might get the Connor treatment and just get chiseled into a fucking title fight, and it'll be the night that he just gets it done. Counting him all, we counted out Connor right years ago, so look at what he did to Aldo. Yeah. But Pimblett, though, like a good win. Like Michael Johnson's a great fight. I think he called for like the UFC London co-main event. And yeah, I booked that shit. And indeed, like we mentioned last week, Patty comes out unscathed and he's ready to go to fight on that London card. So I guarantee he's fighting on the card.
So what was your favorite fight on this card, man?
Man.
Rosas Jr. showing out.
That was your favorite? Yeah, that was performance of the night. That was a good one, man. I was impressed, happy for the kid.
Me too. A lot of people giving him crap because he's young, and you know, and for them saying that, oh, he beat Jake Perrin. I'm like, you know what, man? He's fucking 18, fighting grown ass men that's been fighting for fucking ever.
Yeah, bro.
And he made it look easy.
They're talking shit on a kid who's talking about what he was doing in the cafeteria with his friends, bro, before he got the call from the UFC. Like,
exactly.
He's got a very childlike mentality, man, and he's probably going to carry that with him forever. Which is cool, man. You know, I like the kid. People like to clown on him because he looks and talks funny. But hey, man, whatever floats your boat, bro. The dude is cool, man. The dude is cool. You can't deny the fact that he's talented, man. He's probably gonna have to work on his striking. You know, we haven't really seen him do too much of that, and it's mainly just the wrestling, which is amazing. But yeah, bro, that was a great. I enjoyed watching him win. Didn't really see too much more than what I expected. You know, the fight that I enjoyed was Ilia Topuria just putting on a hurting on Bryce Mitchell. Man, Bryce really needs to work on them hands, bro. Ilia he fucked him up, bro. On the ground, on the feet.
Like, I don't know how I picked against Topuria. Like we talked about it on the show, Rudy. I know you. We've said Topuria's, will be the champion.
Yeah.
And just with that statement win over Bryce Mitchell, because I picked Bryce. I thought he'd be the guy to you had to get through to get to the belt. But I think what's that tweet or that post I seen on everything, or Topuria is everything the UFC thinks Patty Pimblett is. Like, that's the best way you could put it. Because
he was even calling out Patty Pimblett, bro. He said, you know what, let me have that fight. I would love to see that, bro. And the UFC's not gonna let that happen because it'd be bye Patty.
Yeah, no, they're gonna protect him as long as they can and hype him. What did they back Patty Pimblett? What's the Barstool Sports? They said that was the fight of the night. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Patty Pimblett's fight of the night? Hell no. Performance of the night for sure. Ilia Topuria, he will be the champion. in the UFC less than a year.
I think Dana was in a giving mood. He gave everybody a 50K bonus.
Yeah, Dana
All the
Claus.
winners.
Yeah. No, I think he gave it to everybody, bro.
What's about-
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He
Even
gave it to
the
everybody.
losers?
He gave everybody
Yeah.
50K bonus. And we
Holy
got Josh
shit.
joining us, man.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I watched the post fight presser, and he said, I'm in a giving mood, 50K to everybody. Like that's pretty badass, man.
Wow.
So, dude, think about it. That kid who was eating in a cafeteria, fucking talking shit with his friends, like a couple of weeks before, just got 50K, and he's gonna buy his mom a minivan to drive him to practice, to drive him to the PI Institute. That's what he said. I gotta like that kid, man.
That's awesome.
I'm happy for him, bro. That's amazing.
Yep. All right, everybody that's watching right now, we have Bellator fighter Josh Gentleman Hill. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys?
We're just talking fighting, recapping this last pay-per-view event. So yeah, it's a lot of things happened this past weekend, man, and then leading up to tonight.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think it was all about the judging this past week, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what we were saying. But Josh, thank you so much for jumping on, man. This is our last episode of the year. We're ending it with a bang with you on the show, man. We really do appreciate it. Thanks to Mark for reaching out and getting you onto the show. So thank you so much. Josh, you were actually really busy this past weekend at BTC Fights, right?
Yeah. I do the commentary for them. So yeah, I've been doing that for, I don't know how many shows I've done now, but yeah, I've done a bunch. And it was a good night of fights, man.
Right on, man. So is this something that you're wanting to pursue once you're done with fighting, or you want to do both at the same time, or what's the plan with the commentating and the fighting, man?
Yeah, I'm doing it for both right now, obviously, but yeah, if something I could do and build and become more of a regular thing, yeah, absolutely. I didn't mean to get into this. I kind of just fell into it and liked it, and just kept going at it, and yeah, so far it's gone well, man.
That's awesome, man. Mark, he's covered some events for BTC, and he always tells us that those events are pretty awesome, which is pretty cool. That we're able to go out there and cover these events. But yeah, man. I saw that in the cage they had your logo on there on one of the side banners, right?
Yeah, my
Let's
mental performance coaching business.
yeah.
called,
Talk a little bit about that, man. I was reading about this website and what you're trying to do and what you're actually doing. I was reading about it's very interesting. I love that you're doing this because a lot of fighters need something like this from another fighter.
Yeah.
Because other fighters, I'm assuming as yourself, they go and look for outside of the MMA world, and when they're not able to talk to another fighter that's going through the same thing, but then that fighter is able to help other fighters go through what they're going through. I think, to me, myself, I think that's amazing. So if you want to elaborate more about this, man, go for it.
Yeah. Mental performance and performance anxiety more so is something I always struggle with in my fights early on in my career, and even the fights I won, it definitely hindered my performances. I think I could have done even better. Yeah, like dealing with nerves and things like that, I always struggle with, and I think that's very common with athletes in general, not just fighters, but especially individual sports, because it's all on you, right? And especially fighting, because the consequences are, you don't just lose a match, you get your ass kicked and knocked out or submitted. So yeah, that's something I started reading up on. I was injured one time, and I kind of found it fascinating. And then I enrolled myself back in online schooling, completed that, and then I've been doing it for about a year now. I've helped about 30 athletes, not all fighters, mostly fighters, but some other ones too. And you know, I think sports psychologists are great. I push people to go like talk to them about that. But I feel when somebody is actually has real life experience at some of the highest levels of and currently still doing it, I think along with education, I think that's kind of the best combination to help people. And I've had that too. I've had fighters where like they didn't want to talk to anybody, you know what I mean? That was myself too. That they just kind of seen it as like, I don't know, I don't want to say soft, but they just felt like they didn't need that, you know what I mean? But speaking with another fighter, it made them more comfortable doing that because I've actually done it, and I'm doing it. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing, man, for about a year, and that's something again I want to carry on once I'm retired.
That's amazing, man. Because like you said, there's a lot of sports out there that it's a solo sport. You wouldn't think uh, outside of fighting, you need to see somebody and talk to somebody, a psychologist or someone like yourself. Like there's tennis, there's golf, there's fighting. It's all in mental games, and for you yourself, to be able to help somebody else. I think that's a huge a satisfaction that you
Yeah,
get.
I do.
You know,
Yeah, no, it's like when you teach somebody, when you actually coach them, like physically, you teach them a combination of something, and you see them start grasping it, and then they actually implement it in a fight or sparring. I get that same satisfaction when I talk to somebody, and it kind of gives them something they never thought of or see things in a different way, and then actually they carry that into competition. Yeah, you do get that satisfaction for sure.
that's awesome, man. So I saw here, snooping in your Instagram. I saw that your wife
You
Jennifer
actually you
is
actually found me on there. I wasn't shadow banned.
yeah, yeah, I found you. I even hit the follow button.
Yeah. Get the warning pop up saying, "Are you sure you want to follow this guy?"
No.
We got something in common.
Uh,
Yeah, right.
so I noticed that your wife Jennifer is a psychology professor.
Right.
Um, does she help you in some of this as well?
Yeah, she's a lot smarter than I am. So, I bounce ideas off her and kind of talk to her about stuff too. And she's been doing it longer than me. So yeah, she's been a good resource to have. You can talk to her about things and ask her things for sure.
That's
I think
amazing,
that'd be a
man.
little weird, man. I mean, having a wife that would psychoanalyze you every day.
Well, I try not to let that happen. But yeah, 100%. We can, she's sometimes too smart in that sense, right? But
You're like,
overall, it's
wait,
good.
wait.
But that's pretty much every marriage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, before I answer that, let me analyze this question.
Right. For sure.
Oh man, you guys have anything for Josh?
Yeah, Josh, Dave Rodriguez, man, thanks for jumping on the show. Like Rob said, it's the last one of the year. We do these every Thursday, so we appreciate your time. Man, you gotta. I mean, I remember the fights with Marlon Moraes, the World Series of Fighting, one of my favorite promotions. A lot of big names, big stars came out of there. Your situation now with Bellator, man. I know, like I mean, the Bantamweight Grand Prix, like you fought, all the best dudes there. So, what's your plan going forward? Like, is it going to be Bellator? Is there other options out there on the table right now?
I'm still signed with Bellator. I'm one fight in my 4-fight deal with them. Yeah, I want to continue here, man. The bantamweight division is just stacked. In all organizations. But yeah, especially UFCs and Bellator. I think you put those two together, you got like 50, killers. So yeah, I would like to fight again March probably. I'm looking at maybe late February, March. I want to get back in there. I don't know who yet. No names have been mentioned or anything like that. But yeah, man, that's where I want to stay, and that'll be my next fight for sure.
and hopefully it'll be Hawaii. I know you've always wanted to fight in
Dude,
Hawaii.
I was supposed to fight in Hawaii in April for the Grand Prix, like qualifiers to get in the Grand Prix, and then I got COVID right about 3 weeks before, and it just like it hit me pretty hard, and like I was sick as a dog for like a week, and then it took me another probably 3 weeks to finally feel regular. So there's just no way I would have been able to fight, and especially the guy that I was supposed to fight was a cardio machine. So it was just it was not good. But yeah, I was so pissed, man. I missed out. I've always wanted to go Hawaii. I'm like, yes, finally I get a fight trip out of it, and yeah. So I'm hopefully it'd be nice to get back to not something like that. Hawaii would be cool.
Is there I mean, at the moment now, there's no names on the table. It's just, I know you stay ready because you still operate a gym, right?
Yeah, I actually don't own it anymore. I sold it in April, but I still coach there as well. I'm still involved with it. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause what do you think? You mentioned when we first got on the show about the judging, like it's been pretty controversial. Like even in Bellator, I know they had like an official, what was it, happened with the 50-45
Yeah.
situation, and then go into the UFC having the main event. You know, I've never like, has there ever been like a main event where there hasn't been a champion crown? Like very strange times. Like, what's your take on like what's happening now? Like the whole James Krause thing, like the wagering ban, like up there in Canada, like it's. I mean, Mark, you and Mark know more about it up there, but yeah, it's a kind of we're in uncharted territory now with MMA as far as like the betting situation.
Yeah, I mean, I was never like I do bet on the fights, but I bet like 10, $20. Like I'm not a big gambler, you know what I mean? Like so I just do it for fun, just to make it a little bit more exciting. But yeah, as far as the betting goes, man, I think it should be fair game, unless you're betting against yourself, of course. You know what I mean? I think, and obviously there's some shit going on there, but if I'm that confident in myself, I want to bet big money on myself to win because I feel I'm going to win. I should be able to do that. I feel, um, but yeah, I don't know. You're going to have issues no matter what in this. And as far as the judging goes, dude, that's been ongoing for I don't know how long. And they don't change shit. They just keep the same thing going. And I feel they should have 5 judges. More eyes on the fights.
Mhm.
Less chance of bullshit. And I think they should get rid of rounds, man. I've been saying this for a long time. I think it should be 1 10-minute round. And if it's still deemed a draw, go a 1 sudden victory round, 5-minute round, like Pride did back in the day.
Mm.
I like that better. And they usually they tended to judge the fight. Like they gave more credit towards how you finish the fight rather than how you start too. So I like that better. 1 10-minute round, get rid of the rounds because then he won this round. He got a 10-8. He got this. It just gets rid of all that shit. You can just judge the fight as a whole. That's what I think.
What do you think of ex-fighters or coaches, creating a commission and being refs? I mean, not judges, instead of these dirty old bastards who always get wrong.
Yeah, I agree. There should be ex fighters, coaches, you know what I mean? Whatever, somebody that knows the sport at least. Then you always run into the problem of like, did this person train with this person? He's going to be biased, or he coached this person, or he fought this guy, he doesn't like him, whatever the case may be. But I think it's better. That option's better than what we have now, with these people that are just there that don't know what the hell they're doing. And you never know, like the Stott Sabatella fight. That fight could have went either way. I had it 2-2 going in the 5th, and it just kind of depends how you scored it. But there's absolutely no way you can score that fight 5-0 for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, some of these guys aren't even invested. I mean, we've seen pay-per-view events. I think it was Nunez versus what's her name, Pena. It was a main event, and we saw the judges watching the Canelo fight on their tablets. It's like, bro, how are you scoring a card? And that's not the first time we've seen shit like that happen.
No.
We're watching a main event or an important fight or any fight. It doesn't matter. You would think that these judges are 100% invested, but you see them sitting there ringside watching something else.
And then they're getting paid for that.
Yeah.
Paid to do that. You know what I mean? And not only that, they are, they have fighters pay at stake. You know what I mean? Which is another issue. I hate the show and win money. I think we should get rid of that bullshit too. Because that is, that benefits promoters big time. But yeah, that you might have screwed a fighter out of half their money. Like what's his name, Jared Gordon there got screwed out. Not only he got a win or a loss on his record now, but he lost half his money, man. So that's huge, and it can't happen anymore.
Yeah, that kind of shit drives me nuts, man. I mean, not all of these guys are bad, but it only takes a handful of these, bad apples to spoil the bunch, so to speak.
For sure.
But yeah, man, I really think that it would benefit the fighters not only to create a union, but create a commission, man, of fighters and coaches that could be, refs, judges, take more participation in the sport, man, and get it away from these. I don't know. These people don't have your best interest in mind.
No, a lot of them are just like politicians and
Yeah.
governments, man.
I can't stand politicians, man. I fucking hate
all that.
Yeah, Josh, in your opinion, who do you think won that main event, Jan Blachowicz and Ankalaev? Because, like I said, it's very rare that a vacant title ends a title match in a split draw. Like we've seen it happen where somebody's the outright champion, but for this situation to happen, we've seen Dana immediately book Glover Teixeira, Jamal Hill. So, in your opinion, who do you think won that fight?
I missed about a round and a half of it when I was watching it. So from what I saw, it looked like Jan was winning early, and then Ankalaev was won the latter part of the fight. And just from what I saw, it looked like more like Ankalaev, and that's what most people thought as well, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But indeed, Paddy Pimblett lost that fight, right, Josh?
Dude, I don't understand how.
Yeah.
It's like some people are saying he won the first round. I was like, I don't know how many left hooks the guy got hit with that were like big shots and snapped his head back, and he ate that all night. And then as far as the third round, yeah, it was more of a wrestling match, but like who was the one controlling it and being offensively wrestling, and if the defensive guy is not scoring points or doing damage, then the wrestler is the winner. So it was 30-27 for me. And at absolute most, if it's crazy, even if you want to, but 29-28 for Jared. But yeah, to score it for Pimblett, man, ridiculous.
Yeah, that's when I saw the scoring, I was like, what the fuck? What were these judges watching? Like, I don't know. It's very interesting. I mean, it's not the first time that we've seen a decision go that way, and the judging, it's I don't know. Just don't fight in Texas or where else, in Florida or New York, because you'll get screwed there, man.
It seems like everywhere you go now. Right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
man.
Every state. Yeah.
Oh man, Mark, you got anything for Mr. Josh?
Do you think we'll see Bellator come back to Canada anytime soon? Because in the early days, Bellator was, in Canada a lot more. So do you think we'll ever see them back in Canada again?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think we'll see UFC back here either. At least not for a while.
Yeah, man. It just for the Bellator, the one reason was the old commission, the Ontario commission was horrendous, man. Ken Hayashi was the commissioner, and he was a complete douchebag, worst person to have in the sport, and he's the reason why it was banned for so long in Ontario, because of that guy. And then I've worked with matchmakers and promoters and stuff like that, and I've seen like working with him, absolute nightmare. The guy just wants things to fail. So that was one of the main reasons Bellator kind of put the kibosh on it and never came back here. And then now with all the COVID stuff, our government, horrible as they are, they deterred any big promotions. UFC was planning on coming back apparently, and then with all the hoops they got to jump through to get people across the border, not worth it. So yeah, I don't see them coming back anytime soon. I bet you UFC will come back before Bellator does.
Interesting. That's,
and fun fact, Josh's great uncle is a Valiant brother.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
That's where the nickname comes from. If you
I was gonna ask, how did you get that nickname?
Yeah, I mean, my great uncle was a pro wrestler, I had a whole bunch of different names and gimmicks. Wrestled in the WWF with McMahon Senior back before it became the WWF, and he was part of the Valiant Brothers. Yeah, and he was Gentleman Jerry Valiant was his moniker. So we kind of were just my uncle, my dad were just kind of joke around one day, and we said she go as Gentleman Josh Hill, and then kind of stuck.
Mark knows who he is. Mark used to wrestle for WWF. He was Kane. Isn't that right, Mark? Take off your hat, dude. Show us. Show us. Put on the mask.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, there it is. Where's the big red jumpsuit?
I know, right? He used to bring back the voice box.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Right on. Well, Josh, before we let anybody of our guests go, we always like to ask, what do you do for fun, man? Outside of fighting, outside of training, outside of all of that, what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do?
Before I had a child?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
before and after. I mean, what do you do?
I had a 4-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old stepson. So they and she's a little monster in a good way, but she's just a little maniac. Takes up all my time. But yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, man. I obviously I train all the time. I'm doing the cerebral champion business. I do commentary. Sort of kind of getting myself into the management game of fighting too.
Oh wow!
Kind of going down that route a little bit and kind of dipping my toes in that. Again, something that I want to do more so when I'm retired. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm getting older now, so I only have a certain amount of time left, but I still feel good overall. But what is outside of fighting, man? I'm a huge movie guy.
Okay.
I have my own little Instagram page, Tough Movie Buff. Want to check that out?
No shit.
Oh, right on.
Dude, I'm a movie buff, bro. I fucking love movies.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Me too. Rudy would say, like, he'd post on Facebook, about to watch this. I'm like, bro, I'm about to watch that movie too.
Nice.
So,
nice.
yeah. Let's see here.
That's one of my things. I mean all movies, but horror movies are my main jam. I love horror movies.
I love horror movies too, bro. I love shitty
Right.
B-flick horror movies.
Yeah. Best.
Did you see Terrorizer too?
I did.
Oh, I took my wife to go see that, and my brother. I took him. I told him we were gonna go watch I think it was Black Adam, and he was all excited. And we got there, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" But by the end of the whole entire movie, we're just cracking up, laughing. He loved it. It was such a great movie.
Oh yeah. So it was the bedroom scene is pretty
Yeah.
pretty grotesque, man.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Isn't it crazy, bro? You mentioned they have a 4-year-old daughter. My daughter's like 3.5. Isn't it crazy?
Oh, yeah.
It's like crazy hard to manage your time. Like if you weren't like me, I do a lot of shit already. You know what I mean? And now with a daughter, it's like insane. You have to find different ways to manage your time, man. It's hard.
So hard for sure. It's they're just. I mean, any parent I would imagine would say the same thing as with young kids, but like, yeah, it's hard to get shit done outside of family life. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely worth it though, man, for sure.
Yeah, and it just got harder for me, bro. We had a son last week, and oh boy, bro, it's
Congrats, man. That's probably a busy household. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah, man. No, I don't recommend it.
And Rudy's fucking, he's 68 years old, bro.
Man, I ain't 68. Get the fuck out of here. I'm 44, but that's all right, man.
Yeah. We talked about it. Said, I know, are we gonna have another one? Like, then we're just like, you know what? We're just getting out of like the hardest shit. We're getting, she started JK now, even though she's sick every week with JK now. So, I thought I'd get a break with that once she's at school, but they're pretty much home every week with sickness. But yeah, we thought about having another one. Like, no, we're done. Screw that. We got 2 is enough.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get that snip.
Yeah, a couple of my buddies are doing that, and I'm too scared, man. I don't like that. I don't know.
Dude,
yeah, bro.
It's a you go into the doctors, you do a little bit of surgery, and you're out of there.
Bit of surgery,
I work in the medical field for about 20 years now, and I used to assist in
Ball snipping.
vasectomies. Yeah, man.
You're a ball
It's-
snipper.
You're a
The
ball
ball
snipper.
snipper.
Roberto Ball Snipper Villa.
Yes.
That's funny.
It's
I
a
heard this so much.
45-minute procedure, man. It's just they just cut a little bit on top of your, your penis area. and
What?
Jesus.
Nah,
Yeah,
man,
they-
hell
they
no.
open it.
Bro, if I walked into somebody in your office and you explained it to me that way, I'd be like, fuck out of here. I ain't doing that. You're going to cut a top of my penis off.
Top of your penis.
That's
Okay,
called, that is called a
let me-
circumcision, sir. It's already been done.
Let me
Yeah.
rephrase that.
Here,
So
you
where
tell
your
me
belly
what's on,
button,
you know, we
where the
can't
belly
afford
button
that.
is, where your abdomen area is, they just do a little incision, open up a little bit, pull the vas deferens, cut it, burn it, sew you up, and you're up. You're done.
Cut it and burn it? Nah, man, you lost me at that. No, sir. Bro, do they give you like alcohol or something, to numb the pain?
They just numb the area. That's it.
Fuck that, bro. You got to put
Sounds
me,
like a
you're going to have to
nightmare,
put my ass to sleep.
Nah, I've taken nut shots and sparring before. No thanks. I'm not going. No one's going near my nuts again.
No.
Yeah,
Get that.
I take
Im-
this nasty.
Imagine, bro, you go in for a vasectomy and you come out and they're like, what happened to my balls? Well, I thought that's what the order said. Oh, shit, you're right, sir. Vasectomy. We cut off your balls. Hey, we'll put them in a bag for you.
A doggy bag.
Oh my god.
How did we get to this
Nuts.
topic?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Talk about babies. All right, Josh. What's the name of your movie Instagram? Or
Tough.
yeah, the
Tough movie buff.
Tough Movie Buff.
I'm checking that out.
Me too, man. I'm gonna search it right now. Tough Movie Buff. See if you're not shadow banned.
Not on that one. Not on that one.
Ooh, it says no. What the?
Oh, there you go. They found me.
There you are. The Tough Movie Buff. All right. Okay. I'm going to be following you in just a sec, man. So awesome.
Cool.
Right on. Y'all have anything else for Josh?
Thanks again
Okay.
for coming on, Josh. It's awesome that you're able to come do this, and
Yeah, no
good
problem.
luck in the new year.
Thank
And
you.
who do you think is going to take the wins tomorrow night for Unified?
Oh, I'm going to it actually. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I think every single fight I know or trained with somebody in there. So
Yeah.
Shane's fighting the main event.
Yep.
I think Shane is gonna win. I don't know much about the guys fighting, to be honest. Scotty Hudson's fighting. He's gonna take that one.
Mhm.
Vlad's fighting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm taking Vlad. Tisha gonna
Yeah.
win.
Obviously.
Tagman is fighting. And gonna take out Jourdain, I think. And then Ayman Al Malik is fighting. Gonna help with him. Gonna get the win. Who else is on that card? Matty Special. And we're going with Matty. So yeah, I think I know I train with somebody in almost every fight. That is one of my teammates. Yeah, it should be a good card though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should be.
Are you going or no?
I'm gonna try to. I'm not sure yet. I'm still not 100% sure if I can go. But
Not a
I'm
real
gonna try.
fight fan, bro.
Where are you? Whereabouts are you located?
I live in St. Catharines.
Oh, okay. You're right near me then. I'm like I'm
Yeah.
in Font Hill, so
Yeah.
Cool.
Right on. Well, Josh, thank you so much, brother. We really do appreciate that you're taking your time out of your busy schedule, man, to hang out with us. We had a blast having you on, man. It's
yeah.
always fun.
I forgive you, bro. I forgive you for beating my friend Eric Goyito Perez.
Oh, Perez, Eric's cool shit, man. Yeah,
Eric's a good guy, man.
tough cookie, man. Like he's, I thought I almost had him out of there in the third, but yeah, he's a hard guy to get out of there, man.
Yeah, Goyito is a bad motherfucker, man.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh, so, keep us posted when you get a fight lined up. Get you back on, man. We'll promote it. Support you over here at Fight Book MMA because that's what we do, man. So, like Rob said, appreciate you, making the time for us. We're here every Thursday, so we'll make it happen again in 2022.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good,
Hell yeah.
man. Definitely.
Hey, Josh, before we let you go, man, anybody you want to shout out, any of your sponsors or anybody else, man, go for it.
No, man, not really. I always miss somebody that I should have done that. So I have to say thanks to everybody. But yeah, no, I mean, I just look forward to getting back in the swing of things, and get a next fight booked, and that's it. That's all. That's all I'm focusing on right now, man.
Right on. And where can everybody find you, man, on social media?
If you can find me,
Hey,
at
I
Gentleman,
found you.
you found me here at Gentleman J Hill on Instagram, and then my business one is at Cerebral Champion, and then my little fun on the side one, like you said, a Tough Movie Buff. So all three of those.
Awesome. Right on, man. Well, thank you so much, brother. Hope you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the year. We'll talk real soon once you get that fight booked, and we'll get you back on the show, man, and we'll talk about that fight. And other than that, man,
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Same to you all.
Yep.
And, appreciate
right
it.
on.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Josh.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Another
Josh,
good one, guys.
yeah.
Another good one,
It
fellas.
was another good one. Thanks to Mark for making this happen.
No problem.
Josh is a really cool guy to talk to, man. I talk to him once in a while on Facebook, but he's just so busy that
Yeah.
like just like any other of these other fighters, they just get so
Oh yeah, he's
busy.
a good guy.
Yeah.
And to be able to do all that with kids, holy shit, bro. Hats
Yeah.
off to you, bro.
I know. I'm surprised he still lives in Canada. Like I'm surprised he hasn't permanently moved to the States though, because he's fighting in the States a lot. I'm surprised he hasn't permanently moved there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was always training like with the Alpha Male team for years too.
Alpha Male. He trains a lot with Niagara Top Team. Like so he trains with like Aaron Jeffrey and all that. He's trained with all of them, but like, so.
Hey, Jeffrey, we need to get him on the show. 2023.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've tried to talk to him, so hopefully we'll get him in the new year.
Yep.
He seems to be pretty busy, so I think maybe he's working on. I think something's coming up in the new year for him.
Yep.
He
Hey,
is
well-
ranked 6 now, so.
Well,
see
we
what happens.
we need to get him on. We need to get him
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna try to. Trust me, I'll try to get some more people on next year, boys.
Hell yeah, man. All right, so we are going to be waiting for Chris. I sent him the link. He saw it, so we should be getting Chris on here in just a sec.
But in the meantime, one last time for 2022, we got that segment every Thursday. Rudy Lara.
Cue that.
Outside the Cage News.
All right, outside the cage news. One last time, like I said, for 2022, there's always something happening outside the cage. We talked a little bit about it with Josh. There's a lot of controversy with judging, and it's a notorious trend that's just happening everywhere. And we talked about it. Doug Crosby. There's actually been like a formal complaint about that 50-45. The judge, I think Jarrett was talking about it too with the judge in the Ankalaev fight. You know what I mean? So it's just happening everywhere. What do you guys think? What's the fix to this situation? Like we talked about, yeah, maybe there's going to be some fires that transition to judges, or is it just going to be something that's always a part of the fight game? And they always say, don't leave it in the hands of the judges, right? So.
Yeah, man, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. That's the number one rule, man, because if you want to get screwed by the judging and you don't want to make that bonus, or you want
It's
to
the unwritten rule of the road.
It is, man, it is, and it sucks, but that's just part of fighting, man. You got to finish your opponent or you're going to get screwed.
Hire former fighters as judges, hire even like coaches and stuff, like ones who aren't like actively coaching, but like
Oh, you know what?
and stuff.
Be the
And
ultimate
have them get
solution.
recertified every recertified often. They have to get recertified to prove that they're actually good enough to be a ref still, or a judge. I mean, excuse me.
I got the ultimate solution to the judging problem. Okay, Just have Boss Rutan judge every fight. So that settles that. Yeah. But outside
that
the
would be
cage,
amazing.
yeah. Oh, it's necessary. But moving on outside the cage news too. I heard talks of Kamaru Usman's not actually going to make the trilogy fight with Leon Edwards. So there's talking Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. There's Bilal Muhammad. You know, there's Kobe Covington out there. Like, what do you guys think is the main event of that London card that we talked about?
It's gonna be Masvidal, bro. I don't see anybody else being a better draw for Leon. Leon wants that fight. As you know, he feels like he's got something to prove, that there was some unfinished business. You know, he got a 3-piece and a soda, or 2-piece and a soda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he kind of wants to get that shit back, bro. And it's a bad fight for Masvidal. I think Masvidal, he'll get fucked up in this fight by Leon, especially in Leon's backyard. But that's a fight to make, bro. I don't want to see Leon fight Bilal. He even said he didn't want to fight Bilal. He said, nah, that's not happening. Bilal called him out, and he's like, nope.
Yeah, you shut him down quick. And even though, I mean, I'm surprised Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was in the conversation, but I guess so, man. Like, I mean, styles make fights, man. Like, Leon Edwards and Wonderboy would probably be pretty.
That would be a dope ass fight, bro. I mean, if Masvidal doesn't happen, that's the other fight I'd rather see. I mean, even though Bilal deserves it, it would just be, I don't know, man. I'd rather see Bilal versus Usman, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that eventually that fight should brew up, and Bilal's been on a tear. Like, I mean, I've counted him out a lot of times, a lot of decisions, but last time out he put a stamp on it, and he's a motherfucker, man, to get through like at 170. So,
but the UFC wants to put on a show for their people, you know, hometown favorite, hometown champ, in England. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a banger, bro. They're not gonna make it a snooze fest. They're not gonna throw Bilal Muhammad in there.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. You know, the last time we saw Bilal, dude, I mean, that guy came out swinging and banging, bro. We talked a lot of shit about him, the way he fights.
We took a lot of shit about Bilal.
But damn, bro, that dude was super impressive. If he goes out there and fights that way, man, that would be fun to see. But I don't see that happening, man. Especially on a fight that has such high stakes. You know, it's a title. What would you do? You know what I'm saying? You'd rely on your strengths, and that's a strength, bro.
Yeah, Avery, can you send Chris the full-on link?
Yeah.
Because he sent me a screenshot and it says that the invalid meeting ID.
Okay. We'll get Chris will be jumping on here just shortly. And outside the cage news, I want to continue on and talk about none other than Nate Diaz, and apparently BKFC's got an offer on the table. They want the Mike Perry fight. I think, Mark, you mentioned it, that's the fight they want. Do we actually see Nathan Diaz in BKFC 2023?
Looks like we are going to get that after all. That's his first stop on the Nate Diaz tour of 2023.
Yeah. Apparently the offer is on the table, and we know that, I don't know, I mean, hopefully they have enough money, but yeah, maybe it's an offer that you can't refuse type of shit. I don't know. But Nate's going to go where he makes the most money, so BKFC
and if they're
makes
smart,
it right.
they'll do it in Stockton.
Yeah. They need to do
smart.
it. Yeah.
Because that'll bring in lots of money, the fans.
And actually transitioning to somebody that got slapped by Nate Diaz, Dylan Daniels was a no-show at his press conference with Casal. What happened there? Where's Dylan Daniels at?
Oh my God.
Dildo
How's
Danis?
this guy even in the news?
Yeah. Well, he's got a fight happening, and
hey, bro, if Dildo wins, if you liked and retweeted his message, you know he's gonna give you $1,000 to everybody.
Right? Like, keep the
that's
message
right.
ready?
Yeah, he owes me $1,000. Yeah.
He owes a lot of people $1,000.
You can't pay it. Are you kidding me?
Another odd topic too that I heard, like it's really controversial because it involves Peter Yan. You know, Peter Yan's no longer in the UFC, removed from the rankings. Always
Oh.
just controversial shit with Perion. Apparently, been sanctioned by the Ukrainian government for the support of like the Russian invasion. So Peter Yan, I guess they knew, like the UFC knew something, right? Like he was gone quick, right?
Yeah. they
Like
they
a fart
knew.
in the wind.
Yeah, well,
He was gone.
he was gone quick. That's why I'm wondering, like, wow, they knew before anybody knew. You know, it's like, yeah, they let him fight that the last time out there, but yeah, that's some strange shit. You know what I mean? Because the O'Malley, another judging situation where it's very controversial, where people thought Jan won the fight, but we got O'Malley and got Patty Pimblett, all these guys winning controversial fights, and now they're number one contenders. You know, so but fake news or real news? Francis Ngannou is a free agent.
Wow.
What's the
If
source?
it's true, if it's true that Ngannou is a free agent, then good for him, because I'm sure that he's probably going to make a lot more money in boxing.
Yeah,
Because I know he's been wanting to box. If he does box, then I mean, the money's there.
yeah.
It's definitely going to be there, and I'm sure that they're going to be putting, not one of those top heavyweights, to face him, but it's going to be very interesting, man. If Bellator or PFL starts knocking on his door, or one, or any of these other promotions, they got to talk big money to sign Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, and the big money is definitely not coming from the UFC, because I mean he would have fought by now, and he fought out his contract. So it's a situation now where either he just drops the belt, which I have heard. Like I said, I don't know if it's 100% true, because if so, they will indeed announce the John Jones fight, because it's been long enough, boys. Right? Like, where is John Jones? When is he fighting? It has to do with Ngannou, and that's the fight that that the UFC needs to put out there. That's one of the biggest fights probably ever in the history of the company. But I have a feeling it's just not going to happen at this point. So too much controversy going on now, and if Ngannou decides to drop the belt, for sure, John Jones and what did we talk about last week? Curtis Blades for the title, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they make that fight with Curtis Blades, it's going to be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, and he deserves it too. Blades
He does.
he deserves the fight, you know. So if it is John Jones that off a 3-year hiatus comes in and has an off night, Curtis Blades becomes the heavyweight champion, you know. So that easily can happen. Like it's very strange when it involves John Jones, especially the time that he's had off, and just coming back in and just being the killer. Like, I mean, I won't count him out in the fight, but I love the matchup. But the Ngannou fight, like I said, boys, that's the real deal fight that we will never see. I'm gonna put a stamp on it right now. That fight never happens.
Only on a video game. Only on a video game.
Yeah, right.
Only on a video game. Oh man.
But yeah, no, we well, as soon as we get Chris on, I mean, before we do get Chris on, we could touch on the UFC card this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Chris, but I hope he can get on. So yeah, UFC Fight Night 216, Cannonier versus Strickland, going to be live on ESPN Plus in Las Vegas at the Apex Center. This is going to start an early start.
Yeah, it starts at 3 Central, I think.
Yep.
4 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
ending card.
And the prelims at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So what do you think about this Saved by the Bell looking ass poster?
Yeah,
Sucks.
that's an emergency poster. They're just like, just do whatever. It looks good. It pops. Just roll with it.
Just put it all together.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, bro. It's kind of booty to me. I'll give it a 2.
2.
Booty.
Yeah,
It's because they didn't eat their bootios.
yeah, it's a little too Saved by the Bell for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's
I just don't like
garbage.
Cannonier the pointing too. It's just that's not him. Like that's not his character anyway. Like
It's not, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but I like watching him fight. I don't like watching him, hearing him talk. He's not very charismatic at all, and he says some weird. He's just boring, bro. His personality's boring. I mean, I'm sure he's a really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like hearing him talk. He's like, I don't know. It reminds me of like kind of Herschel Walker.
hey, but Sean Strickland is a guy we definitely like to hear talk, and especially to the media. And yeah, everything that he's been saying lately is pretty true. And hate him or like him, speaks the truth, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who to pick for this fight. It's on one hand, I feel like Jared could knock Sean Strickland out, but then on the other hand, I feel like Sean's going to be able to weather the storm, weather the 2-3 rounders, and be able to use his striking. I don't know. It's just very interesting fight, man.
It's a
It could be a
50-50.
good fight. Yeah, it could be a good fight. They're pretty ranked really, really close. So, but Jared, man, he's just a strong guy, man.
Yeah, what are the odds on this fight, Rudy, in the main event?
It's dead even, bro. 110, minus 110, minus 110.
Oh.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, my opinion, bro. I think Cannonier's gonna take this guy. I love Strickland. He's a great fighter, man. But you know the guys that he's beat, it was all pretty much decisions. These weren't heavy hitters. We've seen what happens when he fights a hitter. Alex Pereira knocked his ass out the first round. And Jared Cannonier, what is he? He's not the greatest talker, but this motherfucker's a hitter. And
He hits you hard.
yeah, man, it's one thing to be able to, to take punches from a dude for 3 fucking rounds, but this is not one of those kind of guys that you can do that with. You know what I mean? He's a smart fighter. He's good on the ground, bro, and he's good standing up. And when he gets in a rhythm, bro. He lays it on you, man, and you're kind of fucked. A lot of people get shocked and stunned at how powerful the dude is when he hits them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Sean Strickland's any different. I think he's gonna go to sleep early.
And for him to be able to go all 5 rounds against Cyril Adesanya,
Yep.
and lose by just a unanimous decision, that tells you a lot about him, man.
Yeah, and say what they want is that Adesanya had an off night or cruised to victory or so. Yeah, you go 5 rounds with the champ. It's not an easy thing. Adesanya is a finisher, and I don't know. Sean Strickland and the Adesanya fight, I always wanted to see. We probably won't ever see that fight happen now, but after the Pereira situation. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean Strickland in the fight, man. He's a grinder. I think he grinds out like a 5-round news fest decision.
Yep. That's the only way I see him winning, bro, is by decision. He's not going to be able to start someone like Cannonier unless Cannonier gets sloppy, but I don't really see that happening too much from this guy. Like you said, Roberto, he fought 5 rounds against the former champ, Israel Adesanya, and before that he slept Derek Brunson, Kelvin Gastelum decision. He lost to Robert Whitaker in unanimous decision. Bro, these are the guys that he lost to unanimous decisions to. These are like the pound for pound
that was a
top
close fight.
Yeah, dude. These are the top notch dudes. Strickland, he beat Jack Hermanson. So did Cannonier, but Cannonier knocked that motherfucker out. Uriah Hall decision. Christoph Jotko decision. Brendan Allen, you beat him with a KO 2 years ago. I don't know, man. It's just I like Sean Strickland. I just don't.
Strickland's legs.
Yeah, I don't like him in this fight. And coming off such a nasty loss, not too long ago, and coming to fight another hitter, I don't know, man. That's just not
I don't think it's too smart of Strickland to face a guy that can, that's got that power again, like, so fast. It's like you're kind of asking for it again, aren't you?
He's a crazy man, but oh well.
Yeah.
Hey, and hey, Chris said I sent him the link. That somehow it's not working, so we're having some tech issues getting Breezy on the show right now.
Yeah, I'm talking too.
But moving down the card, though, the co-main event, the UFC's got a lot of high hopes for Arman Sarukian. I've picked against him several times, but I think this is indeed necessary of a co-main event. I mean, Ismagulov's a killer, man. So these two guys getting lined up, this is a necessary fight right now. It's 9 against number 11 ranked in the world. So super necessary co-main event. Only the real fight fans know who these guys are, right?
Give me a good one.
Yeah.
They're both right there. So.
And at lightweight, they're dark horse killers. Could be champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's gonna be a good fight, dude. I mean, my fight that I'm looking forward to the most should have been co-main, in my opinion. Drew Dober versus Bobby Green. That's gonna be that's gonna be fight of the night.
Dog fight. That's gonna be a dog fight, Rudy.
I think Drew Dober is going to be able to take this fight now. I mean, Bobby Green is a badass fighter and all, but fuck, dude, Drew Dober can take a punch.
And I'm disappointed to hear that Marquez versus Win is not going to happen.
I know.
Because that was a gimme fight, bro. That was a gimme, bro. Marquez he's gonna sub this dude.
Yeah, that was a Cuban Missile Crisis waiting to happen.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, because the card low key does have some great matchups. Like you said, the Win fight, gimme. Jake Matthews, Semmelsberger, legit as hell. I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Battle versus Fakhretdinov. I think that's
that's my favorite
Fakhretdinov.
Yeah, Said Nurmagomedov against Asad Yukub. That dude's a killer.
Oh man, that's gonna be a banger of a fight.
Very legit, buried on the prelims, of course, but
Mehashate versus Rafa Garcia. That's another banger, dude.
Bro, I don't care, but Rafa he's a fucking dope.
I think, Rafa might win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And Maheshate looked good too against Steve Garcia because fucking he knocked Steve out, in the first round.
Yeah, he clipped him, dude. A counter.
Yeah. Yeah, but Brian Battle, another guy I'll never count out again. That's another one. Like there could be a lot of exciting fights early on this card. Later, maybe some. I don't know. It's hard to pick some of these fights. So like the Alex Caceres, Juliana Rosa, flip a coin. You don't know. That fight could be a draw or it could be a bloodbath. And hopefully the draw situation, the trend, Mark, your favorite trend, doesn't continue. We don't like draws.
I didn't even call it last weekend. That was just some shit that had happened. So don't blame me for that.
Especially in main events for vacant titles, we don't like draws.
I didn't like that either.
I mean, draws really don't bother me. It is what it is, bro. I mean, like Roberto alluded to earlier, don't ever leave it in the hands of the judges. Is the bottom line. So
Never.
It is what it is. It's just I didn't like the way it ended. It left a sour taste in people's mouth, and it just I don't know. It could have been so much better. Had we had a winner, people would have forgotten about the whole Patty Pimblett bullshit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It would have been like, cool, we have a new champ. They would have been talking about that. Instead, they're talking about two robberies.
Very true. Yep.
This card could be the fight where it's just going to destroy the pay-per-view. As far as action, finishes, this is a sleeper card, man. I think this one, a lot of people are counting this card out, but
I'm not. There's gonna be finishes on this card.
There's some bangers on this card, man. And obviously they're gonna do it because since Dana White gave bonuses last week, I bet you all these fighters here are gonna want to put on a performance so they can get a fucking bonus.
Generous Dana.
Generous Dana.
Bonus.
Yeah. Christmas. It's Christmas season, so why not, right?
It's that season.
Yeah.
Oh man, what other fight, man? We got Cheyenne Lismus versus Corey McKenna.
No,
Nah.
Cheyenne deletes
That could be a sandwich of the night fight right there.
Yeah, for sure.
No, Cheyenne's new last name is Deleezy.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne Delidzi.
Yeah. So hopefully this card does stay intact, though. Like you said, Rob, there could be a lot of action. It could very well deliver better than the pay-per-view. Because, yeah, imagine paying for that pay-per-view last week. Just the feeling.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean? Like, it definitely was not worth it. But, like, Rudy made a great point. Had there been a champion crown, like, nobody would have gave a shit about Patty Pimblett's fucking robbery decision. You know what I mean? Nobody would. I mean, that's what he wants. He wants everybody to keep talking about him. And, yeah, he squeaked by Jared Gordon, but yeah, line him up with Michael Johnson or, like we mentioned, some other opponents for him. I don't think he even gets past Clay Guida. Give him fucking the Carpenter, you know?
Bro, you give him Clay Guida is going to expose this guy for sure.
Yeah. I wonder how long they're going to try to keep him protected, though. You know what I mean? That's what I'm like. It worries me because it's like, you know, there's so much controversial shit happening. Like it happened with O'Malley, like it's happening in high level fights, and you know, the hype trains. They got to keep them rolling, the cash cows, and it's kind of shitty, man. Like it's just not a good thing at all, and it kind of makes me like, I don't know, seen a lot of fights over the years and seen a lot of robberies, but as of recent times from the Conor McGregor era to now, like current, like these stars that they have, it's like, kind of going into the fight when you see the matchup, you know that there's some kind of funky shit that may happen, you know. And we said it too last week. Anytime Patty Pimblett fights, there's some weird shit that happens. And what happened? Jared Gordon got wrong.
Yep.
You know.
And when they announced Pimblett being the winner, there's a video where Dana White is like, "Oh yeah, clapping, agreeing." He's like, "For sure, 100% he won." Oh,
yeah, but Joe Rogan though disagreed, and he that was another thing that like Joe Rogan.
The look on Rogan's face in the octagon was hilarious. His reaction.
His face has always looked hilarious.
Joe Rogan and Bathroom judging every fight. We have no more problems with judging.
That is true.
And
that is very true.
And maybe like St. Pierre just has a wild card here and there. Just put St. Pierre to judge the fight. You know?
More Ranello. Add more Ranello too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the judging controversy just kind of put a stink on the MMA community going into 2023, right?
But Mazzagatti as a judge.
No.
We need him back.
Yamasaki.
Oh yeah, Yamasaki. There you go, that guy.
Steve Mazzagatti and Yamasaki. Bring him back.
Mark Yamasaki.
Worst rest ever.
Mario Yamasaki.
Mark Yamasaki. Let's see. Any luck?
Mario Yamasaki.
Oh man. Well, if we can't get Chris on this podcast, we'll get him on next time.
Yeah.
So bring in the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is, but yeah, I just, you know.
Well, we can at least talk about it. Breezy won that fight via liver kick in the first round. It was badass, bro. It was a badass fight. He was fighting an undefeated Olympic wrestler. And he was the underdog, bro. Breezy was the underdog. And yeah, man, it was amazing, dude. I think he kicked him like 5 times. He kept on throwing that high kick 5 times. I think it was the 5th or the 6th one. Boom. Nailed him. And he hit him a couple times, I think 3 times, bro. And the 3rd one just bang, shut him down, bro. Shut him down. Yep. And it was amazing, dude, just to see all the emotion, man. And Chris, at the end of that fight, you know, just all those years of hard work, it finally paid off, and you could see how happy he was, man. And I was happy for him. Seeing that, bro. You know what I mean? It hits a little different when it's somebody you know that's you know at the top of the on the top of that mountain. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a great feeling, bro, and I'm real happy for you, Chris. Couldn't have happened to a better dude, man.
Yeah, man. When I saw him win, bro, I jumped out of my seat and I just screamed and yelled. My wife's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Chris became the champ. That's what's going on." And then when he started crying, bro, I got teary-eyed and had a knot in my throat. I was like, "Oh my God, man, why this? Why you got to be crying?" But it's just a good feeling to see your boy, a friend, someone that I've been following since the King of the Cage days. We were his first sponsors, and we've always supported Chris no matter what. And like you said, it hits different because we've known him for the longest time, for years. We've known Chris, and we've always, every single fight that he has, we've always supported him. And for him to finally to become a champ, and to win it as a fucking underdog, that even like seals the deal right there, man.
Bro, my question to him, if he was on right now, I'd ask him, have you gotten that call? And you know what call we're talking about.
Exactly, and I'm sure he did.
Yeah, especially at the weight class that he wants to be at, because he said the days of 155 are probably over, but you never know.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, put Chris Brown against Patty Pimblett right now,
Oh. I know for sure Chris will not go back down to 55. He is very happy at welterweight, and Dana White and company need to realize that there's no way that Chris is going to ever go back down to 55. And if you want him in your division, he's going to have to be fighting in the welterweight.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy for Chris, like the way you guys put it out there. Like, I mean, I've seen Chris right after losses, his few losses that he's had. The guy is a killer, man. He's never been finished. Like, he's never been cut. Like, I've never even seen Chris like busted up out of any fight. He's been in wars, and just over the years, man, just supporting him. Years like Rob, even that pick of us back in the ESPN studios, that was his first fight. You know what I mean? So from then till now, King of the Cage champion. Now moving up to he'll be in the UFC in 2023. But yeah, just him. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Like Rudy said, he deserved it. He's been grinding, fucking 50 different guys dodging him. He probably could be 20-5 right now. You know what I mean, record wise. But he's earned his keep, and he's holding the gold at LFA, man. So he called his shot after post fight and said, "I got the belt. UFC, where you at? Call me up." And very proper, man, on the mic too. And very emotional, but yeah, necessary, man. Very, very, very happy for you, Chris, man. Yeah, unfortunately, the technical difficulties, I don't know what it is, but Breezy, you're the man. You earned it, bro.
Hell yeah, man. So I just texted him, that we'll get him on next year. We'll get him in January. That way he's not stressing right now. But yeah, for sure, man. It's something that Fightbook MMA and us at Sitting Ringside, we've always supported Chris. And it's awesome, man. It's just really awesome to see a friend accomplish what he accomplished. And I'm glad that he did it in LFA. And it's because, as we all know, LFA is the feeder to the UFC. And when you become a champ, you're pretty much automatically either in the UFC or fighting in the Contender Series.
And I loved about it when I first, because I was like, oh shit, Herb Dean's the ref, even more necessary and capping off. You know what I mean? Herb was there, the referee for Chris's title fight. So I was like, wow, Herb Dean assigned to LFA, so that was great too.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, let's so shout out Chris. Sorry we couldn't get you on this tonight, but we will get you on for sure in January. Probably the first show of 2023.
For sure, bro.
That way we can get him on. So what else, guys? What else on the on tap for the fight card for Saturday? Any other fight that you guys are wanting to watch, or is just pretty much the entire card? I might miss it. I have to catch the replay because Laura's work has a party, but it's probably not going to stop me from watching it on my phone. Because
Well,
it ain't my
you-
party.
Well, you need to cancel the work party because you're not a real fight fan. You gotta watch
Yeah,
all
for
the
real,
fights.
bro. You got to make, you got to hijack the remote and put it on every TV, bro. If not, you're not a real fight fan.
No, I'll have it on my phone. I'll have it on my phone. I'll be watching it with the headphones and everything. So,
Bro,
It
if
ain't
you're
my
not
party.
taking a projector and your laptop and putting it on for everyone, you're not a real fight fan, bro. Just telling you right now.
I'll just take my YouTube studio or my podcast studio here and take it to the party.
You have to.
So, whatever TV is nearby, you got to just cast from your phone and have the fights playing. No matter, I don't care who doesn't like it.
You got to do a live who you got.
Oh shit! No, that's your job. You do the live for you guys. Oh shit! Well, this fight card to end the year is going to be pretty good. It's a good card. A lot of action going to happen. Fight poster sucks ass, but it is gonna be an early start. So it's going to be good, man. I can't wait. I am gonna watch it, even though I'll be at that party, but it ain't my party. It's not my work company, so I'm just there for the +1.
You're just there for the eggnog and
I'm just
the green and red chili.
there. You go. See, now you understand.
right.
Finally, after all these years that we keep mentioning the red and green chili.
Hey, and Rudy, this time of year, it is Christmas, but that's what it's called when you get the red and the green both. We call it Christmas.
Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what?
called-
We forgot to mention earlier too that the the Invitational Fight Pass, Gordon Ryan, Misha Tate, that's also taking place on
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
on Friday, right? That's tomorrow?
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
yeah. So then we can't end this year, end the show without mentioning the notorious Conor McGregor, no longer in the rankings. Like, why did it take this long?
Because it's Conor McGregor, that's why.
Yeah. Well, get that Chandler fight booked up already. Let him
Yes.
fight Juice, whatever it takes. I don't care. Let's see what he's got against Michael Chandler. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, he did tweet something that he's going to be writing a book.
Eh.
I don't know.
He doesn't know how to write, bro.
No, he's going to have somebody else write a book for him.
And also, but I think they said Artem Lobov has another case against him too. So King Lobov Vodka 2023 is going to outsell Proper 12.
Let's see.
Bro, I had to cue the pyramids for that shit.
There you go. Get those pyramids in for the year, man.
Yeah, King Lobov Vodka. The real Artem's the real owner of Proper 12. Just so y'all
Yes,
know.
he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He sure damn is.
And he's never lost a fight too. So on top of that, the Russian Hammer.
And we can't finish the show without mentioning John Jones.
Yeah. Who fights first, Jones or Conor?
Who?
Roll the
I-
dice right now.
John Jones.
Man, John Jones.
Jones.
I'm thinking John Jones fighting first.
John Jones fights first.
Because he's in the USADA pool. Connor isn't,
Yes.
so.
Yeah. And it's funny to see that John Jones is looking a little soft lately.
Looking like he's been on a binge for 5 fucking days
Shit,
straight.
he's looking like what's that guy's name? Fucking Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Oh man.
Right?
John,
Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
He
you're
looks-
right. John Jones looks like he ate Patty Pimblett.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he's on the Patty Pimblett diet. That's what John Jones is on right now.
Man.
And as soon as the fight's done, he'll be back on the coke diet.
There you go.
Yeah, they should have just told him Glover in Brazil 205, and why the hell not? You know?
So, what do you think about Glover versus Hill, dude?
Yeah,
Uh,
I've said Jamal Hill would be a future champ, and he's getting the opportunity just so because Dana got pissed and said he hated that fight with Jan. Because what did they do with Jan and Ankalaev? Like, what did they just said? Fuck it, we're going Glover. You know, that's kind of weird.
Bare knuckle. They're gonna go to slap fight, bro.
there you go.
Oh yeah, that's what we got looking into 2023. We'll be talking slap fighting on the show, MMA, basketball. What else? It's gonna get crazier and more strange.
Karjitsu.
We got Karjitsu.
Ice
Hockey
Yes.
fights. Hockey
Ice
fights.
fights.
Yeah,
That's been
yeah.
going on this year. Ice
Arisen
Wars.
versus Bellator to kick off the new year.
Hell yeah. Our boy, John the Magician Dotson is going to be fighting. So can't wait for that.
And
A
when we
lot
do
of stuff
come back
happening,
in-
man.
Yeah, and when we do come back in the new year, I know we're gonna be off for a couple weeks. We do indeed have a award show. We'll talk about our favorite fights, favorite submissions. Of course, there'll be the Fight Book MMA awards. We always do.
Yep.
So yeah, we might have to do a 3-hour show, boys, when we get back.
A 3-hour show.
We'll make it special.
I need to call in, man.
I've been telling y'all we need to extend the show. If we do the fight platform, Fight TV, we'll extend the show to 2 hours even, right?
Hey, I'm down.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
I'm down.
I mean, it's 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
So
Yeah.
I'll reach out to Fight. I'll talk to them and see what's up. And if they decide to get us back on, which I'm sure they'll say yes, then, we gotta, they're very picky. So we got to start on time. Finish, doesn't matter what time we finish, as long as we start on time.
Yep.
Then, we're golden. So,
We did some great shows on Fight too. If you go back in the archive, there's some good guests. We did some.
mhm.
Go back and check it out because a lot of times I'm like, okay, yeah, we had a good run with Fight. Hopefully, 2023 we can continue that trend. And in the meantime, we're still going to be putting it out there every Thursday. We're just going to be off till the new year. So, like I said, this isn't
we'll
the last show.
We'll be back on the 15th. I think that's the night, that Thursday.
The 12th.
The 12th. Okay.
I think
So
I have to
that-
look on the calendar. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have it on my calendar. But
I have a
for
feeling-
sure, man.
By the time we come back in 2023, I have a feeling John Jones' fight gets booked. Pyramids, book that shit.
Here, man.
He's gonna fight.
And the
He's gonna
United-
fight in London. He's gonna fight in the UK on March 18th.
And the You're Not a Real Fight Fan hoodies and shirts will be in stock, ready for order next time we go live and do this shit again.
Hell yeah. You're not a real fight fan.
So if you don't order one of those shirts,
It's gonna be
You're
a
not
draw.
real It's going to be a draw.
Yeah, if you don't order the shirt, definitely not a real fight fan.
Right on. Well, fellas, last show of the year. Thank you so much. As always, we always kill it. We always had the best guests on our show. It has yet to be a PMS. It's just amazing to be able to talk to. This year, we talked to more fighters, more people than we've ever had in the history of City Ringside.
it's 2022 was good. 2023 will be even better.
Yeah.
Time off, enjoy the holidays with the family. Of course, watch every single fight, every second, every round. Don't fight fans, so no matter if it's Christmas, New Year's, there's always a fight happening somewhere. Like these, MMA is probably covering it, or you go to the website and get your results there. So.
Yep. Right on. Well, thanks to everybody that's watching. Thank you for everybody that's supporting Fight Book MMA and Sitting Ringside. We really do appreciate it. Happy holidays. Have a safe new year. David, you know what to do.
Yes, sir. One last time for 2022, Sitting Ringside Amigos. One last Thursday for the book. So we will be back next month. Everybody that tunes in, watches live, supports us. We appreciate y'all. Wherever you get your podcasts, look us up. Fight Book MMA, Sitting Ringside. Check out all our previous episodes there. If you want all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock, go to fightbookmma.com. We will see y'all in 2023. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. From myself, Dave Rodriguez, Mark Ambu up north, Rudy down south, Roberto, the boss. Wouldn't be possible without you, brother. So we are Sitting Ringside. Catch y'all on the next one. Enjoy the fights.
And as Yo Romero says, I love you. I love you. I love you.